एक सफलता की कहानी। आज है एपिसोड नंबर 16 एंड आप जो गाइस हमें प्यार दे रहे हो एंड उसी तरह बनाए रखना, बिकॉज आपका ये सपोर्ट हमें आगे तक लेके जाएगा। सो थैंक यू एंड कीप सपोर्टिंग अस।
ऑडियंस, थैंक यू सो मच कि आप हमें इतना सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं कि हम एवरी वीक एक नया प्रोफाइल आपके सामने ला रहे हैं, एक नई करियर एस्पेक्ट्स आपके सामने ला रहे हैं। सो टुडे हियर वी आर डिस्कसिंग समथिंग रिलेटेड टू एविएशन। हैव यू एवर इमेजिन्ड अ लाइफ ऑफ अ पायलट? सो उसी के बारे में आज हमारी यहाँ पे डिस्कशंस होगी।
ऑफ कोर्स आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट है वो भी कुछ इसी तरह एक एविएशन इंडस्ट्री से रिलेट करते हैं। ऑफ कोर्स आपने हमारे टीजर में तो देख ही लिया है कि व्हाट लिमिट ही हैज टच्ड एंड डेफिनेटली जब इंडिया और इंडियंस को जरूरत थी तब इनका ही सारा हमें मिला है। हमने डॉक्टर्स को देखा है, नर्स को देखा है, पुलिस वाले को देखा है, बट आई डोंट फील कि हमने कभी ये एक्सपेक्ट को भी टच किया है कि हाउ एलाइड इंडस्ट्रीज हैज हेल्प्ड अस इन दिस पीरियड। सो उसी टॉपिक को लेके आज हम आ रहे हैं हमारे आज के गेस्ट के साथ, हु इज कैप्टन ऑफ एयर इंडिया कमांडर मिस्टर चिंतन भाटिया। हेलो चिंतन भाटिया, वेलकम टू सक्सेस स्टोरीज।
Thank you for having me at Success Stories. It's a great pleasure to have me over here. To be speaking about the Vande Bharat mission which we have been doing. Thank you guys for having me out here.
अच्छा कौशल, before we start, I think we should buckle up first. सेफ्टी का ध्यान हमें पहले रखना होता है।
Right.
कमांडर हमारे साथ है। Okay. So चिंतन भाई, let's start with the very first thing. How did the thought of being a pilot came to your mind? कहाँ से start हुआ था ये?
So aviation, fortunately I have been born and brought up in Dubai. So I used to travel to India during our summer vacations that time. So aviation has been an integral part of my life from the starting. Every year on year, and it's fascinating that such a big aircraft is taking off in the air and coming and landing, taking so many passengers. So that is how I touched into airlines, and I saw, of course, at that time it was Indian Airlines. Now, of course, the same as Air India. But going forward, as I did my studies, it was after my 12th, I was always wanting to become a pilot. You always hear the stories about, the pilots do this, they take an aircraft, and they're going out and staying. So my second most important aspect was the travel aspect of it. I feel amazed to go out and see the world. And I think being a pilot has given me that opportunity that I've been able to go to destinations which I would have generally not gone to. So that two things excited me a lot. After my 12th, which is the requirement for becoming a pilot, I continued doing my degree in bachelor's in IT. And then after IT, when the opportunities were there, I again tried looking at getting back into aviation as a profession. Also, I come from a very middle class family, so taking a loan for that time, talking about telling this to my parents that we're going to spend so much money and invest so much money in my career, it's a big step for them also. So looking at the situation, I think I pitched it correctly to them and they were confident about me, and I think that's how I really made an entry into this aviation industry.
Oh, actually मतलब aviation itself I think is a correct word तो मुझे नहीं मिलता है, but I can say it is a very flamboyant kind of
it looks flamboyant, it is glamorous, but there is every coin has two sides. Similarly, this coin also has two sides. As flamboyant as it looks, as glamorous as it feels, the other part of the story is it's hardworking. There's a lot of effort required to become a pilot. We are giving government exams for passing this, which is really difficult because it's not a systematic course like you do any other course. So that makes it very difficult. Plus, we always forget about the risk which a pilot is taking. Every time I take off, I'm taking my life on along with it, right? Apart from the aircraft, which is a $100 million aircraft, plus the 180 passengers which we are having on board, I have my own life which I'm also taking along. So it is very important to understand where risk is there. That's where you're getting maximum glamour also. That's why we are respected so much in the world because of our proficiency levels.
Yeah, actually my next question was related to this only, which is what I was going to ask. कि समझो बचपन में सबसे पहले हमने साइकिल सीखा तब हम सिंगल सीटर थे, तो उसका एक एक्साइटमेंट अलग था। साइकिल आ गई, देन वी स्टार्टेड विद 2 व्हीलर्स, हमारे पीछे एक जन बैठा है, देन 4 व्हीलर्स, हमारे पीछे हमारे साथ और 4 जन बैठे हैं। एंड जब हम लोग हर एक लेवल अलग अलग सीखते गए, तब एक अलग हमारे पास एक एक्साइटमेंट होती थी। तो जब आपने फर्स्ट टाइम एक एयरप्लेन चलाया इतने सारे पैसेंजर्स को लेके, सो हाउ वाज योर एक्सपीरियंस, मतलब हाउ डिड यू फील, वो टाइम पे आपने कैसा माहौल था?
So I'll take you one step back before I reach the airline cockpit as a pilot. The first experience when we have as a pilot is when we actually go for a training. Okay. So when we go for a training, I did my training in the United States, and the instructor was assigned to me, and they told me that let's go for a joyride. A joyride is basically just you take someone and नया गाड़ी खरीदा है तो चलो मैं तुमको गाड़ी दिखाता हूँ वैसा। तो हम बोला चलो चलो एनीवे आए थे इसीलिए तो कर लेते। So we went for the joyride, and when the aircraft took off, I was having goosebumps. Okay, I was scared. Okay, because it's not a normal aircraft which you see at the airport. It's a smaller aircraft. It's a 2-seater aircraft. You can actually see more things, right? Because you have window panels all around the side, so you can see the ground going. In an aircraft, in an airplane, you might not see it while you're traveling as a passenger. So that feeling. So it took a couple of minutes before it settled in. Like he was flying the airplane. I was not doing anything. I was just sitting over there. I was told not to touch anything. And we took off. I could see the ground going up along with me. After a couple of minutes, then I settled down. Okay, now I'm in the air. Okay, so that feeling it's thrilling. It is something which you probably have on a roller coaster when you are at the top of the roller coaster and you just go to fall down and you see everything below you and you're like, oh God, what have I signed up for? So that something thrill was different. Now coming down to your question, where I actually sat in the aircraft with the passengers behind, and I actually took off the plane when I was in my training. That is a time when I got, gosh, I'm doing so much. I have so much responsibility. I have passenger sitting. If I make a mistake, it's not right. So I need to be up to my best game at every time I take off. And that is something which was a kind of, you say that you've grown up, you've got wisdom in you. I think that's where everything changed for me. All that fun aspect, what you do outside, goes back and says, okay, once you're in the aircraft, once you're inside the cockpit, your life behind doesn't come into it. So that is a very important thing, what even of course my instructors have taught me. And this is what I felt on that first day when I sat.
Closest experience for me to understand how this life is going on is when I saw movie 7500 on Amazon Prime. Okay. That was the closest experience what I can feel, because that entire movie was from the point of view of a pilot, was inside a cockpit. Okay. तो मतलब पूरा मेरे लिए वही था कि भाई क्या कितना हार्ड लाइफ, इतना छोटा सा कैबिन, पीछे क्या चल रहा है, आगे क्या चल रहा है, सबकी ध्यान देना, मतलब everything has to be pinpointed. And I think that is why you are called as captain, right? But how do you manage this? मतलब एक बार आप एंट्री लिए, you are inside a cockpit, बाहर क्या चल रहा है, अंदर क्या चल रहा है, and इतना सारा आगे डायल, then how do you manage that things?
So
and yeah, of course, sorry to disturb you. And how I don't know if you have seen that movie or not, but वो कितना relatable है, मतलब
I've not seen that movie unfortunately, but I can understand from the movie's name 7500, it is about hijack.
Correct.
Because that's a code language for us. However, most of the way we handle is because our jobs are very well defined in the cockpit. I know what I'm doing, my co-pilot what he's going to do, I know what he's doing, I know what my cabin crew is doing. If there is a situation, an emergency or like a hijack situation, we already have certain protocols set in there. The reason why we are there, and we are there to mitigate anything which is not defined in the book. Okay, our personal experience, our kind of thought process, what we will come, cannot be fed into a computer that this is done, let's do this. Because things can change. If you have seen a lot of aviation movies, you see that hijackings have happened in different formats. Everyone is not a straight textbook hijack, right? So that is how sometimes people have got into the cockpit, some people have never got into the cockpit, some people had put an explosive. So it is that which makes it more defining. keeping on the panels and the dials, of course, it is we have been trained for it, so that makes it more important that we know what is happening.
Okay, Captain. Now taking forward to the taking forward the discussion. As you said, the first flight which a pilot takes, generally he is nervous, and what defines his job is already being taught. So, one just small curiosity, what type of training you guys undergo, and after becoming a pilot too, still any kind of training or any kind of updates in the field is required?
So we are in one profession where training is a part of our profession, as in it's an everyday thing. You cannot say that there is everything written in a book. Let me start from the basics. You have your papers which you clear, the written papers which are given by the government. After which you start doing your flying training, in which you have to do 200 hours of flying as a course, which you can do either in India. There are a lot of flying schools in India. You can go abroad to say US or Canada, New Zealand, Philippines. There are a lot of flying schools across the globe which assist you with that. And they are very well versed with the DGCA, or which is the Director General of Civil Aviation, or what are the requirements of India. So you need to do your flying training. In that flying training, again, there's a lot of modification when you start. You learn the basics of flying. I will keep on giving analogies of how you drive a car, right? So first you see a car, then you sit in the car, then they tell you, okay, when you press the accelerator, you go forward, you press the brake, you stop. These are the things which are taught in your first part, which is around 40 hours of your 200 hours training. After which they start, after the 40 hours, 40 to 100 hours is your training for your instrument flying, which we call is, a lot of times we get this question that how do you come to know the road in the air, and when you are in the air, there is no signal, signboards or stuff like that. How you navigate to a destination. So that is known as instrument flying. When you are only relying on your computers, only relying on your instruments is what is being taught. Beyond which, then after 100 to 200 hours, it is your confidence building, right? So you know how to fly the plane, you know the instruments, you know how to go from A to B. Basically, to give you more confidence that you can fly a plane alone. So when you do your training, initial training, the first 40 hours is with an instructor. Second 60 hours is with the instructor. From 100 hours to 200 hours, you are flying the plane alone. Okay. Right? The instructor doesn't come with you. It's basically for you to get acclimatized to the area, to your surroundings, to your environment, to understand that what all issues can happen. So you're being trained for most of the emergencies also in those first 100 hours, which of course it's a smaller plane, so the emergencies are very less. And for going forward, you also get to see different airfields. There would be different procedures at every airfield. There could be some kind of a obstacle or a mountain in between, or they will teach you to how to navigate through that, or what you have to do to protect yourself. So that's the first 200 hours of what you do training abroad or in India. After which you come back to India, you give your license for conversion. After that, you get inducted to an airline. Nowadays, what happens is that before inducting into an airline, you need to do something what is called as a type rating. Type rating is basically getting a license for that particular aircraft. Right? There are majorly two companies which in India have their aircrafts. One is Airbus and one is Boeing. Both of these have their separate fleet of aircrafts. Okay, so Airbus has 320 version, 330 version, 350 version, 380 version, and then Boeing has their 737, 747, 777, and 787. So you will train for that aircraft which you will fly in the future. So generally nowadays airlines want you to do that type rating and come. For me, I have done my type rating at Indian Airlines at the Central Training Establishment in Hyderabad. So that is a secondary training which happens on your primary training, which you already done the flying school training. So they will start only specifically about the aircraft which you are going to be flying. They have the systems in that. They have what are the features available, what are the benefits, what is the fuel performance, what is the efficiency of this aircraft, what are the emergency procedures, what are the standard procedures. Forget about emergency, but standard procedures, what you need to do as a normal flight from A to B. So this is what happens in a type rating. This is your whole training course till you come and sit on the right seat. Now every year on year, we have multiple trainings throughout the years. Almost a month or 35 days go in our training. So every year we have a refresher, which is a 7-day course, which they teach you. They remind you or they refresh your mind about what you have learned, and then what are the new changes which have come to the system. Then there are dangerous goods training, like if we are carrying medicine or we are carrying a live organ, things like that are also covered in the DGR course, what we call the dangerous goods regulations course. Then we have safety as a protocol, that if ever you need to do a ditching and you go into water, if you've seen that movie Sully, right, they fund those the rafts and they come on the raft. That all has been trained. We are already trained for it. We actually do it in real life. We actually fall into water and we go onto the raft, and we need to know how to climb on the raft and what are your resources available on the raft. So that training takes place. Then there are very small trains which take place. Plus, in the aircraft, we have route checks. What we call is like it's having an instructor on the seat, and he's going to make you do your general procedures. He'll ask you. He will keep on checking you. That happens every 6 months. And the last and the biggest training, what happens, which is twice a year, is in the simulator. We need to refresh. So this all what we were speaking was all theoretical. Right. Now we are talking about the actual part. Like an emergency, I might not updated myself, or I must have forgotten. So they want you to keep you current. Every year they will make you do an emergencies. They will do your engine failures, your hydraulic failures. Of course, these are technical terms, but generally they'll train you for all the possible emergencies that could happen, and you remember. And this is how it is, Kaushal, that even the doctors don't need to go through this. Now no other profession needs to do it every year or year.
Yes.
Once a doctor, you're always a doctor. So it makes it really interesting, of course, because there are so many upgradations happening in the aircraft. There are things are changing. Even the aircraft manufacturers are, basically trying to make it simple for the pilot so that he doesn't make a mistake. If you see aviation as an industry, most of the accidents are attributed to pilots. Of course, we are humans, right? So it's not going to be that we are not going to make errors. However, they want to minimize those errors as much as possible so that there is no, death taking place.
एक मैं यहाँ पे डेफिनेटली एक बात बताना चाहूंगा कि समझो जैसे मूवीज में ना एक कोर्ट रूम ड्रामा अलग तरह से पेश किया, जब एक्चुअल कोर्ट में वैसा होता है नहीं. तो नॉर्मली मूवीज में भी क्या होता है, वो एकदम पायलट आएगा, ऐसे स्लो मोशन में गियर्स निकालेगा, वैसा ऐसा चलेगा. बट हियरिंग व्हाट चिंतन इज सेइंग, इट इज सो डिफिकल्ट. एंड ऐसा नहीं कि भाई एक बार पायलट बन गए तो बन गए, बाद में भी ट्रेनिंग एंड एक्टिवनेस वो कितना चाहिए. मतलब जो समझ बाहर जो बता रहे ना कि इतना एकदम पायलट को ये एकदम मस्त आराम का मस्त प्लेन उड़ाना है, ऑटो पायलट में डाल के बस आराम से बैठना, बट इट इज नॉट दैट व्हाट इज वी आर हियरिंग फ्रॉम यू.
सो बहुत टाइम मुझे एक प्रश्न पूछा जाता है कि यार तुमको तो मजा आया, यार तुम पैर ऊपर करके न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हो. मैं हंसता हूँ, हाँ एक दिन मैं नहीं जाऊंगा और वो प्लेन अपने आप उड़ेगा, तब तुम्हें पता चलेगा. I really don't bother about it. See, it's a part of so everyone has, many people have driven the cruise control cars, right? You put it on cruise control, but you still need to monitor it. You still need to know what it is doing. There have been a lot of instances where the aircraft has not behaved as it has to. Right? So it's very important. I do not worry about what the world thinks. I know what my responsibility is, and if I don't do that, what is going to happen? So yes, even with all the glamour around it, there is a lot of responsibility, and in the cockpit, everything is very same. It's all the stories what you listen are here by mouth. No one has really seen it. Really, no one. And things have changed. Things have changed a lot from what it was earlier. If you have seen the earlier movies also, pilots used to have the door open and stuff. There's no more those days which are there. Now security is of high concern. Aviation is a very highly targeted industry.
Right. So Captain, as you just told us that so and so amount of training is required in terms of theory and in terms of practical. But generally ऐसा जो होता है कि in general हमारी लाइफ में भी हम जो प्रिपेयर करते हैं वो क्वेश्चन पेपर में नहीं आता जब हम एग्जाम देने बैठते हैं. Similarly, what we also find के turbulence एक जो ट्रेनिंग में शायद कवर होता होगा नहीं होगा मालूम नहीं, बट व्हेन यू कम टू एक्चुअल फ्लाइंग, turbulence is an issue. So what are turbulence? Are they good?
So, my friends generally in aviation call me CB, which is my initials from Chintan Bhatia,
So,
which also stands for cumulonimbus.
sorry, what? Yeah.
It's cumulonimbus. It's a type of cloud, right?
Okay.
So it's a type of cloud which is not a monsoon cloud, which we have during monsoon. It's more made if you see during summer months. It's a type, and it creates a lot of turbulence.
Right.
But the cloud itself has, like the rain clouds don't have turbulence. So yes, as a passenger, turbulence has been a very big thing, and a lot of passengers come, please don't take us to turbulence. Now, what happens as a pilot? Of course, we have studied about it. We know a lot of clouds, as in what are the types of clouds and what every cloud holds. But there are certain things what we see on our screens, okay, which we can see that there's a cloud coming or there is a turbulence there. But there is also an aspect which is transparent, right? It's just wind. It's just 100 knots of wind, which neither the weather radars can identify or no other instrument has been made to identify. It is purely your experience that you know. So what happens? See, generally I fly the Indian continent, and I fly Southeast Asia and your Gulf. So I know the weather around these places. I have gone through it many times, and I know the feeling of what it is like. If in monsoons, if you are coming into Bombay, I really not bothered about turbulence, because I know that clouds are there. It's going to shake, but it's not going to harm me. What is dangerous is the big clouds like the CB clouds, which we call, which has a lot of movement inside the cloud. It's a huge big cloud. Multiple layers of clouds are there, and the center of the cloud is the maximum energy is there. There are actually water particles moving out from this format. Right? That's how it starts growing big. The cloud is actually small and stuff, so then it starts growing big, and this can go up to 5,000-6,000 feet. Right. So it's not a small cloud. That's why if you enter that cloud inadvertently, or many times you need to get into a cloud because there is no other way. So that is the time when you need to be careful. But there is, as of now, it's been very. There have not been many instances where planes have failed or something. It is a very annoying feeling. It is not a normal feeling. It's like the day you have a flat tire. It's not a normal feeling driving on a normal. Right. A lot of times, passengers also feel that pilots are very macho, what we call, and they will just go into clouds. I don't believe me, never. They will try to, because even if I know the weather, you never know weather plays its own role. So there could be icy inside the cloud, which could spoil the instruments. The engines could fail because of the cold weather. So there are a lot of other aspects also. But sometimes what happens, like how I talked about this CB, there are multiple CBs standing in line, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want to go from A to B. How do I pass? I have no other option. I will take the least method. I will try to pass through, and that's all luck, right? It's not that I can foresee it or I can do it. Yes, if I'm in visual, it's daytime, I can see it, okay, but at night time you can't even see it. Of course, we have our own methods which over years have been made by our instructors and examiners, who have taught us that this is a possible way of identifying and probably trying to stay away from it. But those are again methods which have not have any proven results. So so turbulence is a major thing. The other thing which I was talking, which is transparent, which is also known as CAT, okay, CAT, clear air turbulence. This is 100 knots of wind. 100 knots of wind is approximately 18,000 kilometers per hour. So that's the kind of wind which is flowing on the top of that. Then if the wind is flowing like this and you're going to enter it at 90-degree angle, it's going to probably push you over, or you're going to shake up. So these are the things which cannot be identified by any weather radar. It's not in Indian Airlines. Any airline in the world does not have the facility to do this. It is just that we see charts and we understand that okay, this wind is going to be there, so we are expecting it. That's why we put the seatbelts on in flight without reason, which passengers say, "Hey, kuch hai nahi, turbulence to bhi chalu kar diya." For us, it's a safety protocol, so we try to do it. But passengers do feel that he's just left it on, he's forgotten, he's going to sleep.
Right. Okay, fine. So any ऐसा कुछ experience आपके end से कि have you ever gone through this?
100 times I've gone through it. There have been terrible times. We've seen maybe a small cloud, like we'll think, yeah, this is nothing here, what's the big deal? we're just crossing, like the cloud is maybe 500 to 1000 feet below us and we are crossing over it. But the air around it is so fast that you get pushed away. There have been times where I've been there, my autopilot has got disconnected and I'm going to a bank and I'm falling. But it's a temporary phase, but that's how weather hits you. You're not even aware, you're not even expecting it to happen. So that challenge has always been there.
What I would like to say here is कि समझो normally कहीं भी हम और कोई travel जगह लेंगे, so we are always depending on the main-made infrastructure.
Yes.
By मतलब बस से travel कर रहे हो कुछ भी है, साथ में एक main-made infrastructure है. But what you are doing is you are going against which is not main-made. मतलब एक भगवान का है और वो कब क्या play करेगा you never know. So you have to be so alert in this. अच्छा मतलब एक तो बोला कि difficult times कि समझो कोई ऐसा turbulence आपने face किया रहेगा, but ऐसा कोई भी है कि of course flying was your moment कि हाँ भाई चलो अब मेरे पास ये आ गया, और कोई ऐसा कोई moment है जो कि ना यार अब ये this is why I learned this pilot, मतलब यही मुझे करना था और मैं कर रहा हूँ, मतलब ऐसा कोई moment है defining moment of your career कि भाई यादगार, जैसे कि समझो कोई एक्टर होता है तो उसको एकदम खींच के ऑटोग्राफ मांगते होते हाँ यार ये एक्टर का क्या है, मतलब ऐसा कोई मोमेंट.
अब मैं ये एक्टर्स की बात करते तो of course I have been I've met a lot of actors now know me personally also because of Air India and aviation, and we have been in touch. You know, it's always that दूसरे की इंडस्ट्री के बारे में ज्यादा क्यूरियोसिटी होती है कि क्या हो रहा है, मुझे उनकी क्यूरियोसिटी है. So I've met a lot of people like Amir Khan, Shan, you know, Rajnikant, all these people who are like you will never even end up meeting in your normal life. So these you know, these people are so humble and they are so down to earth. They meet you, they come and they talk to you, and it's amazing. That is one thing which of course excites us. Sometimes we don't try to, you know, engage with these people because they also want their space. But that is interesting. Of course, travel, as I told you, has been the thing that. So everywhere I night stop or I go and stay in any country, I like to visit that country. I like to go local. You know, like बॉम्बे में आते तो बॉम्बे का पानी पूरी खाना ही है या वड़ा पाव खाना है वो है, तो वो मैं वहाँ पे देश में जाके वो I try to do that, you know, which is not a normal feature for any other profession.
Right.
I would try to live that life in that format, you know, because
मतलब शौक अपने पैसे कंपनी के.
जो भी हम करते हैं, जो नाइट स्टॉप करते हैं, वो सब हमारा खुद का है. बहुत लोग होते हैं जो they want to relax, they want to sleep, they're not interested in travel. So it is a very personal thing. How you want to go around, you want to talk to people, you want to learn the culture. तो opportunity है तो क्यों ना यूज
करें. Okay, so taking more further, जैसे हम सब देखते हैं कि nowadays फीमेल एम्पावरमेंट, वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट की बातें हैं. हमने शायद 10 साल पहले किसी फीमेल को गाड़ी चलाते हुए इतना रेगुलरली नहीं देखा होगा, बट नाउ वी सी अ गुड नंबर ऑफ फीमेल ड्राइवर्स ड्राइविंग द कार ऑन रोड.
इनफैक्ट मैंने रॉयल एनफील्ड भी ज्यादा हम चलाते हुए देखते हैं कि नाउ यस ऑफ कोर्स इट इज अ गुड थिंग.
यस, सो एंड फीमेल पायलट्स भी हमने काफी सारी देखी है. सो व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स ऑन फीमेल पायलट्स एंड हाउ डू यू लुक फॉरवर्ड टू दैट?
I've been in fact, my instructors, my trainers have been always women. So they have my initial start from my career in the US has been that I've been trained. I don't know why the world has this apprehension that there are female pilots and, you know, we should look at them differently. They are very similar to a normal human being. I have seen amazing women who are great flyers. Like really, they know their things inside out. Plus, also they also have stood up to the, like if I go back to say 30 years back, you know what kind of effort they must have taken to fight this society where we are talking about. It's yes, at that time there was what 95% men in the industry and only 5% women. The kind of effort you need to stand up to that to, you know, be an equal is very important. Fortunately, aviation or the cockpit has not been very biased in that terms. If you see today, I see more girls in the cockpit rather than having guys. So the probably the thing has changed. The balance has changed,
Yes.
and they are very good at their job. They are very professional. They know the responsibility. they also know that they are being monitored for every reason, and the moment they make a mistake, they might be, picked up for it. So they know that responsibility and very confident. I'm seeing today the attitude which they are having is very positive. They carry themselves well. They know their technical aspect. They are professional enough in their method of working in the cockpit. And I think it's a tremendous achievement by the women. And in fact, if you don't know, it's a fun fact that the first Indian pilot was from Indian Airlines. Captain Saudamani Deshmukh was there. She's the first woman pilot who was flying with us, and I've flown with her. I've been fortunate enough to fly with her as a co-pilot.
Yeah.
So that is it. There are the Vande Bharat mission also. The first flight to Vande Bharat mission was done by a woman captain who was taken across the globe. We have the youngest commander on that Boeing 777 aircraft in Air India. She has got her command in, I think, 2017-18. But she has been in the world. There are a lot of great achievements in the women industry, in aviation by the women. So they are a big community by itself. Now they are no more a small minority in that. We feel minor now. There are 6 girls in the aircraft and I'm only the only guy.
Now the tables have changed. Now it's like जो 30 साल पहले women का struggle नहीं exactly struggle नहीं, but now we also have to keep that level up to them because
absolutely. And see, cockpit is very simple. Yeah, you do your work, I do my work. Be good friends, have fun in the cockpit, come back, get back home safely. That's the whole idea. That's how we have progressed.
Just to clear out all the just to make sure कि कितना टीम होता है, how much a team requires, because air hostess होता है, then I think एक co-pilot होता है, and if I'm not wrong एक long journey में then again एक pilot आपके साथ में होता है. So how and कब कैसे होता है?
So it is quick. It's actually very aircraft specific. Aircraft specific also makes it very destination specific, and the time it takes for the flight. So longer the flight, more the crew is required. Cockpit crew का requirement अलग है, cabin crew का requirement अलग है. So basically India में 2 types के aircrafts होते हैं, जिसमें हम लोग बोलते हैं narrow body aircrafts and the wide body aircrafts, which are the bigger aircrafts. So the narrow body aircraft is a 2-man cockpit, 1 commander and 1 first officer, and we have generally 4 to 6 crew as per the number of passengers. That is the set required for crew complement, what we call it. On a wide body, you have two pilots flying the aircraft. 2 pilots has another set of crew which is there, which they will take over after some time, and then you have a bigger set of cabin crew, which will be because of the number of passengers they have. So that's generally their structure, but it will be very definitive to London जाएंगे तो अलग होएगा, US जाएंगे तो अलग होएगा, Europe जाएंगे तो अलग होएगा. So it's going to be very different.
अच्छा, one thing from starting of the interview, I have been noticing we are addressing you as Captain Chintan Bhatia and not as a pilot Chintan Bhatia.
Okay.
So first thing, what is the difference between a pilot and a captain? And अगर मैं एयरपोर्ट जा रहा हूँ and if I need to spot कि भाई yes sir you are a captain or sir you are a pilot, so how would that differentiate?
Okay. So let's get this very, very good question. Actually, a lot of people get confused in this. Pilot is my profession. I'm a pilot by profession. Okay. Stop. Forget about it. Now comes a designation and what is my role. So we get defined by, as I told you earlier, a trainee pilot. So first we start off as a trainee pilot. Then we come on the right seat, which is the co-pilot seat or the first officer seat.
Right.
Okay. A first officer is generally recognized by the number of stripes. You must have seen the stripes.
Right. Yes.
So if there are 3 stripes, he's a first officer. That's okay. Now that does not mean that he cannot be a captain. Right? Okay. Now what is the difference? The guy on the left, okay, is a commander. He is the final authority of that aircraft.
Right.
Okay. That is my position in that aircraft for that time being. Okay. A commander is generally identified by a 4 stripe. Right. Now what happens is sometimes all this gets very confusing. Right. And captain is my like a prefix. It's a general term used to identify a pilot.
Okay.
If you see a pilot in a uniform, he's a captain. You call him like if you see a doctor, you call him Doctor XYZ, and then you will call him Captain XYZ. That's how it is. The difference is the captain is a suffix which you are using, but he is an airline pilot, right? Then it gets confusing because there could be two commanders flying. It's possible because I can be sitting on the right seat also because I'm trained for the right seat. Right? So that's another option which happens. But in that we also have something what is called as pilot in command. So there might be two commanders flying in the aircraft, but a person will be on the left will be pilot in command, who is the final authority. Even I will be second in command, right? So that's how we differentiate between all these terms which you try to gather around with me.
Okay.
And of course, now what is happening is that going technical or professionally, this does not have any bearing. If he's a first officer on my right and I am a commander on the left, that does not change his responsibility or my responsibility. There are many times, or most of the times, the co-pilot is flying the aircraft. It's not that I am flying the aircraft. So we now the whole system has been evolved into where we are called as pilot flying and pilot monitoring. Once you are a captain, you are capable of handling the aircraft. Either a first officer or a commander. He also flies the aircraft. He has all the abilities what I have, just that he is having less experience than what I have. That's only difference.
आपकी बात ने मेरा ये डाउट क्लियर हो गया. I was about to ask this question कि if first officer request कि सर मेरे को चलाने दो ना एक छोटा राउंड.
Legal, it is all in the legal aspect. They are allowed, and that's how you will learn, right? मैं उसको 10 साल तक उसको co-pilot बना के रखूँ और उसको flying ना दूँ और अचानक से left seat पे आके बोलूँ landing करो. It's not possible. So there are legal regulations which we need to follow. That they have to have a limitation of a minimum number of hours. Once they have done that, they pass the proficiency test again for that. Once they clear that, I'm authorized to give him landing. Of course, in severe weather like monsoon and icing and all, we do not give them landing, but generally we do give them, and most of the times they do an amazing job. They do probably a job better than us.
It's of course कि उनको एक परफॉर्म करके बतानी उनकी ड्यूटी के सर देखो हम भी कंपनी है. So that
Yes, flying is more about practice. It is about you learning from your own experiences what you can learn. Flying cannot be learned in a different way. There is no technical way, or a simulator cannot help you to do that. You have to do it on your own. If you don't go through weather, you will not know what it is. And you don't do a landing, you do not know what it is.
Of course, when we are talking you are in commander, so you have seen a vast number of years of experience you have behind you. So now at this point of time, what advice would you like to give to the generation who wants to become a pilot? Because there are two things. Of course, ये इतना training है, इतना पैसा है उसके लिए, आपको invest करना पड़ता है, time invest करना पड़ता है. And second thing, अगर हम Indian Airlines की बात करें, तो it is right now it is not in a good shape, economic wise अच्छे shape में नहीं है सारी airlines. So what do you suggest and what is your view on this?
So I get a lot of calls. A lot of parents also call me and they ask me that my child wants to do what, the child directly calls me, gets a contact, and I do a lot of advising on these aspects. We need to understand that environment. Of course, I don't say during COVID times, but pre-COVID also, aviation in India was not at the best of its. Recently, a year back, Jet Airways has closed down.
Yeah.
Things have not been earlier. Maybe 2-3 years back, Kingfisher closed down. So aviation is always a very high capital intensive business, and there are a lot of things which can go right or wrong. World over, aviation has not been a very profitable business. However, that doesn't matter to you, whether that is not a question you should worry about during when you're planning to become a pilot, because you become a pilot not because of the aviation industry that one day I'll fly the 747. ये सब ठीक है, when you're small you can think of all those things that I'll fly a particular aircraft, but then life has its own terms, and of course it's very heavily you need a lot of investment required. So first thing what I always tell the parents, if you don't have that money on your own and you're trying to take a loan or something, be very careful that you are being able to repay it through other sources. Aviation industry unfortunately does not, as much as glamour it has, it's not a very good paymaster.
if you would able to give a rough figure, how much cost would there be included for the training? So how much that could be a rough figure?
Today, if you ask me, I'm looking at a crore.
For how many
Full
years?
training, full training from A to Z.
Okay.
A crore, because as I discussed earlier that you have your initial flying 200 hours of flying, plus now you have the type rating expense also. So if you're looking at just the first flying part, it's going to take you around 60-65 lakhs. Beyond which your type rating, whichever aircraft you decide, it's approximately 30-35 lakhs of that one. So that is the investment we are trying to look at.
uh, 7 zeros. Okay, quite a big number.
And of course, a huge investment, and of course, it is a time consuming also. So
You are looking at if things go well generally in your training, you can look at around 2 years is your time span. A decent time span, an average time span. I have known people who have done it in 1 year and 3 months, but I'm just saying 2 years because there could be time lapse which can take place. So, 2 years is what you're looking at. If any parent is trying to equate that, okay, that how much money I'm going to get and how much when this money is going to come back, I don't think it's equitable. That is not the right way to go into a profession. Always.
Right.
I understand that there is no other profession which has so much of investment required. However, we have to understand that if you are trying कि मैं इतना पैसा डालूंगा तो इतना पैसा वापस आएगा, वो गलत थॉट प्रोसेस होगा. वो पैसा वापस नहीं
It's
आएगा.
like asking before you are giving. कि भाई मतलब अभी तक तो डाला भी नहीं और तुम उसके
हाँ, वो सोच के तुम नहीं कर पाओगे. और आज के दिन में today, since I am very well versed with the current scenario, you will not be able to do it. So if you don't have that money, I would suggest don't go.
Yeah.
I might sound negative at this point, but today the industry is not supporting that much. The money pay what we used to get earlier is not as much as what we are. Loan लेके आप EMI करके, if you're not barely making a little bit of money to just run your house, it's not what you're looking for.
Yes.
Coming back to your question where we asked about pilot क्यों बनना है, कैसे बनना है. Generally, people used to have an ambition in life that I want to be. So that is what, or a passion, what we call. Job passion converts into that, you can do it. If you have excess money, if you are well-to-do family, it's a wonderful place to be.
जनरली कैसा होता है कि समझो कोई भी प्रोफेशन में हम इफ वी स्टार्ट डूइंग आवर एजुकेशन, सो एक फाइनल एक परसेंटेज होता है कि समझो किसी ने अगर सीए स्टार्ट किया है तो आउट ऑफ 100 स्टूडेंट 4-5 स्टूडेंट 6 स्टूडेंट गेट्स टू बी अ सीए. तो आपके मतलब इन योर प्रोफेशन ऐसा मतलब ऐसा कुछ होता है कि नहीं, जनरली ऑल डू द पायलट बट सम
बहुत सारी चीजें इफेक्ट करती है पायलट्स की लाइफ में. इट्स नॉट ओनली योर पासिंग परसेंटेज. व्हाट कैन हैपन आल्सो is that you could not be medically fit. So we have a medical exam happening every year of our fitness. We go through rigorous testing of our blood, and as your age goes, it becomes more. So what happens generally, बहुत सारे cases में जब a person joins in, they do their first initial medical only, they do not pass. So they do not pass, but they might have some kind of deficiency which they cannot go ahead becoming a pilot. And this is unfortunate, but it happens. But it is good that it is identified. I know people who have finished their 200 hours of flying and then got identified with the problem. So think about that investment which you could go to. See, these are the negative side of this industry,
right?
Which only maybe 0.00001% in the world might be going through, in the world I'm saying. So it doesn't come out as failure stories. These are not failures. These are just unfortunate events which happen. Plus, then there are exams. A lot of people cannot pass the exams. Then there are check rides which we do at multiple times. But once you are committed to it, generally you just need to be an average, above average student. You really, it's not a rocket science aspect of what you're doing. You need to understand what you're doing.
Okay.
So there is no passing percentage as such which we call, but there will be failures in life, which is very good. You need to fail to realize and understand the importance of your job.
Of course, Sundar, actually मतलब whatever you are saying, it is very important कि भाई हमको जो देखना है, of course everything in our career we need to check it properly और उसी के बाद ही हमें करना है. मतलब ऐसे नहीं है कि without checking. And of course there is some guidance which is required, and that is what you have given to our audience. If anyone has a passion, सब check करो and then only you dive into it.
You have to see the market standard as we also discussed.
Right.
COVID era में काफी changes आ गए हैं. अभी aviation is going through a major turbulence throughout the world. It's
Yeah.
not only India. Throughout the world, airlines are. I know of 20 airlines which have closed down in this 3 months which have gone past. So it is a big turbulence. There are pilots who are available already in India. There were pilots available in this, ready for getting a job, but they were not getting a job. Of course, things were picking up in India. Unfortunately, this has happened. So even when I discussed my career last time, when I was looking after 12th, that was one of the major reasons why I did not join in at that time, because one of my sister's friends was a pilot and he had to change his career option. As a profession, he from a pilot he became a lawyer. Because there was no jobs available in the market. So these are the things which you need to also cater for this, where there's a very limited amount of vacancy available. It's not that you are capable or not capable. That's a different story at all.
Okay. So now we have discussed a lot about how to start a career as a pilot. क्या ट्रेनिंग लगती है, क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट लगता है, what you look forward to in this career. I generally see we have generally दो टाइप के पायलट मैंने जनरली देखे. It's the commercial pilots which I see where I travel I see, and second is the army pilot. Now of course थोड़ी पिक्चर देखने के बाद ये भी मालूम पड़ा कि स्काई डाइविंग के लिए भी एक अलग प्लेन है जिसका कोई अलग ही पायलट है. तो इस तरह के how many kinds of pilots there are?
So basically in India, majorly, as you said, one is we just call it armed forces. We don't call it army, because army also has their pilots, navy also has their pilots.
Yes,
and air force of course has their pilots. So these are the government, the security national forces, what we call. This is a different segment completely. Their whole process, their training, their entrance exams, everything is very different from what we do. On the other hand, you said something as commercial operations, commercial airlines, what we fly as any Air India or any other airline would be flying. Then there is something known as non-scheduled operators, or this is another segment, which is where you're talking about big, high net worth individuals having their own aircrafts, or companies who are made for charter flying, which is also, they will give you an aircraft on lease if you want it for a couple of days. Those are the different kind of pilots. Then there's a third segment which is called private pilots, which they are flying for their own aspirations. Right? The first aviator of India, Captain J.R.D. Tata, he himself was the first private pilot of India. So they just fly for themselves. They might hire an aircraft, they go and fly around and come back. Now, what you talked about skydiving or any other professional, like there are a lot of aviation photographers who go in the air. You see all these shots which are taken in movies and all. Those are different kind of pilots, but their base training will be the same. Right? The first 200 hours of getting their private pilot's license is the same. After which, what career option you take, what is the opportunity you have, is something which is what you define where you will end up. It's not that they are doing some different job or we are doing some different job. They're all doing the same job, we're just doing different. So there could be like, I have done my acrobatic flying. So you could have an acrobatic pilot where like on 15th August you will see the aircraft doing stunts. That is a different kind of training what you do. It's an advanced training what you do for a different kind of aircraft. I cannot do that on my aircraft. So, so the other type, it's not basically types, it's just what kind of career you choose. In India, there are very limited options as a variety of pilots. But if you go if you go to a place which is having a lot of beach, or you see Mauritius or Maldives, where you have seaplanes, which is an option. Right. So seaplanes is a very big industry outside, where you are coming and landing on water. Right. So, but that's an industry by itself. Like now, Gujarat government is going to have seaplanes coming in for going to the Statue of Unity. Of course, it's not that much. And there's skydiving. I don't know anywhere in India where we are having skydiving. So, but abroad there are many more. Then there are pilots who also spray fertilizer on farms. Like from the aircraft, they're spraying. Of course, this is not there in India, so we don't talk about those. For us, it's very simple. Either you are a commercial airline pilot, or maybe maximum you can be a charter airline or a corporate airline pilot.
And one that also plane firefighters.
Those all, see, like the US has their industry is 10 years ahead of us. Their aviation industry, they have grown. Their procedures are very different. They have been online since I have been doing training. That's 15 years back. You know, they use it for firefighting. They use it for fertilizer spray. They do it for ads. Like if you have ever seen in movies, they'll have a banner flying. So and there are specialized pilots for that. They will come and they do banner ads. You know, there are a lot of small places where they've used aviation as a key aspect of travel, which makes it much faster.
Right. We have already discussed कि मतलब when you're in a front end, मतलब आप जहाँ पे cockpit के अंदर हो, so do you keep a check कि भाई cockpit के बाहर क्या चल रहा है, ऐसा कुछ कि मतलब एक front end and back end भी आपको manage करना होता है ये
Manage नहीं करना होता, monitor करना होता. We know generally what's happening. We would anticipate in advance that what is going to happen. So we would know why passengers are moving. Are they coming to the washroom? You know, what is the cabin crew doing? We generally know what they are doing. It's not that we are monitoring every step what they are doing, but for our safety, it is more important. So, you know, that passage which is there behind the cockpit is a very sterile area. We don't want passengers coming and loitering over there. Things like that. But beyond that, we really don't bother because the cabin crew has the authority on that area. So we just leave it to them and hope that they're performing their duties well.
नहीं, of course, cabin crew मतलब जितना हमने देखा है लास्ट 5 साल से cabin crew has taken the standards really up. They are the pinpoint है at the service जितना मैं air travel में जितना करता हूँ. अच्छा, one thing के जैसे you told you just keep a monitoring thing on the cabin crew. You do not completely follow कि भाई ऐसा ही करो. तो इस तरह का कोई इंसिडेंट के जैसे कोई पैसेंजर जस्ट मिसबिहेव विद एनी ऑफ द cabin crew and you have to eventually enter the scene and sort that out.
So generally, we prefer not to enter the scene. Yes, once this incident happens, you know, the cabin crew will come and tell us that we have a passenger who's unruly or he's drunk and he's misbehaving with either fellow passengers or the cabin crew itself. We have a procedure for it. If there's a requirement, then generally we never intervene ourselves. Because the moment I leave my cockpit is a danger to the aircraft itself.
Yes.
On ground, it could be a different story. When the doors are open, there's no problem. You know, I'm there to protect my cabin crew. That is my first duty. All my employees, all my colleagues are there, and I'm going to be there for them, standing by them. Generally, we don't try to enter. We have security. We have both the government security, airline security is there to protect them if there's any requirement.
Being the senior most person on the aircraft, do you have that authority to keep an arrest on that movement of that any passenger?
Yes, we do have. We have equipment on board which we can tie his hands. We have a procedure how to tie his hands, how to put him, which seat to put him. All that is there. Even on a long flight, we have a different procedure. On a short flight, we have a different procedure.
This is really an enlightening thing for me कि ये सब अगर कोई
नाटक people were trying to mislead
guys beware, you might get caught and get tied up.
और मतलब anyway समझो अगर आप फ्लाइट में हो तो आप इन फ्लाइट कैप्टन सा नाम मिलो तब तक अच्छा है, मतलब दैट डजंट शॉट
वो उस फ्लाइट का मोगैम्बो है, मतलब उसको बाहर मत बुलाओ. अच्छा फाइन. वन मोर थिंग, while take off engine का कुछ अलग साउंड आता है and then the sound keeps on changing. मतलब जैसे जैसे you leave the ground एक जो I don't know the throw जो होता है वो what is that, मतलब ये engine इतना आवाज क्यों करता है?
Engine आवाज करता है क्योंकि engine आवाज करता है. So usually of course we use very high thrust when we are taking off, and as we reach our top of climb or what we say the cruising altitude, the thrust required to maintain at that level is very less. What also happens during why you feel that the sound is depleting is because the cabin also gets pressurized. The cabin is getting compressed as you keep on going up. The cabin keeps on getting compressed. That's why the outside sound is not heard inside. Otherwise, the sound is there then also. It's just that it is just heard less to you. Of course, now systems have become more new aircraft like the Airbus 320 Neos are much more silent than what it was earlier. So that's just a physics phenomenon which is happening in space. So you can't really much. And I think that thrust also gives us the energy. Like you must have heard people on the bikes and the cars racing.
Yeah,
You would want that thrust that okay now something is happening.
या मतलब एक सी मतलब यहाँ पे ना whatever हार्दिक is asking मतलब समझो उसको एक as a kid जो हम लोग मतलब see we have never seen this profession इतना up close जो आज एक मौका मिल रहा है कि हम डायरेक्टली एक ऐसी चीज पे बात कर रहे हैं जो ना ही कभी डिस्कस करने का मौका मिले आई एम श्योर कि ऑडियंस को भी इतना ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं पता होगा so whatever you are giving us it is bringing out the kid inside her from inside वो भी कि ये छोटे अरे ये कैसे होता है ये कैसे होता है
आई एम वंडरिंग वन मोर थिंग यार ये कान भी क्यों बंद
कान बंद हो जाता है
कान बंद हो जाता है तो डॉक्टर के पास जाए so the same thing as I said the cabin pressurization takes place same thing is there to have a diaphragm in your ear basically there is air gap inside your ear so as you climb up the pressure increases the diaphragm closes and that's why you feel that that your ear is closing but if you just do your normal swallow breathe and swallow method it generally goes people also do have bubble gum for
Yeah.
you know covering it. But when you come back on ground, it will become normal. It's a concept where we talk on altitude. If you climb up a mountain also, or you go to high altitude places, so happen to you. It's because the air is denser over there. So,
चिंतन या आप एक ऐसे एयरलाइन इंडस्ट्रीज में एक ऐसे कंपनी के साथ वर्क करते हो जिसको पेट नेम दिया गया है महाराजा सो ऑफ कोर्स इट इज अ वेरी गुड नेम एंड एक ऑफ कोर्स वो प्राइड है इंडिया के एयर इंडिया सो हाउ इज वर्किंग इन एयर इंडिया हाउ डू यू मार्क कि भाई वो बाकी से अलग है एंड हाउ महाराजा इज कॉम्पिटिंग विद द एंटायर एविएशन फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड बिकॉज हमको शायद नॉट ओनली इन इंडिया बट शायद आउट ऑफ इंडिया की भी कॉम्पिटिशंस हमें फेस तो करनी पड़ती होगी सो हाउ इज वर्किंग देयर
so Air India has is a government run organization and we have evolved a lot in my 10 years which I have seen like I have been here with 15 years with Air India in 10 years we have adapted a lot we have tried to compete with the world at one point there was no need to compete because we were the only airline in India right at that time things were very different today things are very different today your service levels have changed today your expectation of the consumer has changed today consumer wants more he is expecting Swiggy Zomato Ola Starbucks as fast as that but airline industry cannot change that fast because any change in an airline industry requires a lot of change from the thought process of getting the change to documenting it, to getting legal approvals, getting government approvals, then teaching your crew, your employees about it, and then finally the consumer expecting it. By the time this has happened, the consumer has already changed his expectation. So yes, Air India has evolved a lot, and I think I sometimes I have heard passengers who have come and told me that boss we don't fly anything apart from Air India. It's something of a very proud statement which I do and I never used to understand this till I started flying other airlines. I said why would people say like this there are a lot of small things which today unfortunately the consumer does not see an additional 5-inch space between your leg and the seat ahead makes a lot of difference for a passenger generally aviation is done on everything on average sizes that okay a passenger is going to be 5 feet 7 inches. But what if a 6 feet 2 inches guy come? You really don't have that space. He's so uncomfortable and think he has to sit for 18 hours in that New York. He is not having that space. That 5-inch space reduces in an airline terminology. We reduce almost 3 rows of our seats. Okay, like a 3 into 3 is 9 seats I'm reducing. So 9 seats of revenue I'm reducing. So that is the kind of what we call the luxury what Air India gives you even in the economy class plus the meals which are served they are 5-star meals we are having the best caterers on board and we are giving you 5-star meals and if you're making feedback from passengers Air India meals are the world's best they might have problems I'm not saying everyone has problems but it is important to understand we have the best new aircrafts the Airbus 320 Neos are the latest aircrafts in the industry. The 787 are the latest aircrafts, so we are adapting to the change and competition. So it's we're trying to adapt, and I think we have been pretty much successful in that.
Correct. And Air India has not only been the pioneer of aviation industry in India, but of course it is always a go-to company कि समझो अगर इंडिया में कहीं पे भी एविएशन को जरूरत पड़ा तो इट इज ऑलवेज एयर इंडिया को हमको कैच करना
So,
है.
I was coming back from Gulf, from one of places from Gulf. I was going down to South, and I met this passenger. He's very scared, and he was very afraid of flying or for some reason. And I just met him and I said, we were just walking together, and he said, "आप Air India captain हो?" बोलता है कि sir, I only travel Air India. I said, why? There are other airlines which are much cheaper, and there are so many low cost carriers available. He said that comfort, that warmth, what I get in Air India is something which I don't feel anywhere else. I feel safe. I feel that I have my people around me, my crew is Indian, they can understand. I said that you might be having some experience. He said, yeah, once I traveled in another airline and
Yeah.
I asked the crew for something, maybe as simple as water, and they never gave it to me or they never understood what I'm saying because there's a language barrier. So think of those kind of people who are having their roots so tied up with Air India. Maybe lower middle class people, they don't know about any other airline. They don't want luxury.
Yeah.
They're not talking about I want comfort and I want blankets and stuff like that. They're talking about the simple thing of being warm. Yeah, so that's something which I was having a lot of proud moments, and I've been going through these, and people write their experiences and send it to us. It's something important. It's something we are losing in this high time of digital age. We're losing the connect. Human touch is gone zero. The crew now, if you go to other airlines, the crew is not bothered. You keep on ringing the bell. They are not not bothered about it. So everything has become a job. There's no passion. There's no love for the job.
Right. So, speaking regarding to human touch and human connection, you have of course been flying to many of the countries.
That's right.
So, except India, of course we are Indian, so we will give ourselves at the first position. But except India, what you think के कौन सी country के pilots सबसे ज़्यादा सही है? मतलब पिन पॉइंट एकदम.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. There is nothing like there are great pilots or good pilots or actors.
It can be with relates to the duties, yeah. It can be which could relate to their behavior. The boss, मैं US का है, मैं यहाँ का है, मैं वहाँ का है. So
that's again very particular. Usually, if you see, India is one of the countries in the world which allows pilots to allows people to become pilots at a very young age. Okay, you could become a pilot at 20, 22, a commercial pilot. Co-pilots who are at that age. If you see foreign countries like Europe and US, their commercial pilots only become at 40, 42. Right?
Double the number.
So the difference in their thought process when they come to an airline cockpit and when these people come, it's going to be a vast difference. So there is nothing about right or wrong or good or bad in this thing that someone is better than the other. You could probably, it's about the situation, it's about the circumstance. I think this question would really not matter in our case.
अगर मैं ऐसे पूछूं कि ठीक है, बेस्ट तो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द सिचुएशन, बट सबसे वर्स्ट कौन रहेगा तो भी आंसर यही रहेगा.
अच्छा, ये हो गया पायलट्स. वेयर डू यू लव टू फ्लाई मोस्ट, या आपकी इच्छा है कि आपने अभी तक ये एरिया में फ्लाई नहीं किया, वहां पे फ्लाई करना?
So I think I'm very bad for this question because I give a very generic answer. And so ये question हमारे में बहुत बार आता है. When friends are talking, we also converse about this whole thing that why I want to go to new airports, I want to go to this country, that country. Yeah, I am very happy doing my Bombay. I'm very happy doing my Bombay because every time I take off, I have that thrill in my life which I had the first day, which I talked about. So for me, going to any new destination is more mechanical. That I'm going and landing in an airport. It's not that I'm conquering that place. But yes, it's something new. There's something new to learn. There are new procedures. Every country, every airport has their own procedures. So that's something which is interesting. There are technical aspects which come into that. Whether you can fly to this area, what would be the emergency procedure? what would be the engine failure procedure, things like that, which excite you on a professional front. But personally, if you ask me, any flight is as much exciting as any place. Like I go to Goa and I see a different sunrise every day. So I told my company, you send me to Goa every day, I'm very happy.
मतलब कैप्टन चिंतन is also fond of going गोवा, but और एक यही कैप्टन होंगे, यही पर्सन होंगे जो अपने गोवा जाने का प्लान सक्सेसफुल कर पाते होंगे. Yeah. अच्छा, coming back कि yes, of course, जैसा हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि you are working with Air India. Of course, it is in pioneer, and whenever our India needs या government needs, they always refer Air India. मतलब कभी उन्हीं की तरफ जाता है. And talking about recent की जब ये कोविड टाइम था, जहाँ पे सब लॉकडाउन था, so the first approach was towards the Air India for the essentials जो लाना था. We are talking about this Vande Bharat mission, and we are proud कि we are sitting with you as a commander who flew that. So how was your experience and how does everything work? उसके बारे में कुछ अगर हमें बता पाए तो.
So, of course, India has been always on the forefront of any evacuation. Exactly, 2nd August, maybe 10 years back or 15 years back, whenever it took place, we had the largest evacuation done from Iraq. Saddam Hussein's house was bombed and stuff like that. So, India was there in that. We have done multiple evacuations during SARS, during multiple wherever India needed us, we were there. Wherever Indians needed us, we were there. We've seen those movies, Airlift, which is a part of the same mission. So, Vande Bharat mission always also was allocated to us. It is a very big mission again. We have been a lot of numbers, and India has been the forefront. That's where we call ourselves the second line of defense. After your armed forces, your Army, Navy, and Air Force, we are the second line of defense for the country. So that's something which is, it's a very proud moment. We feel, of course, we are not there who are giving our lives for the nation, but we are there to help our Indians who need us in times of need. The blessings what we get during these missions and it is touching. It is amazing. So Vande Bharat mission has been very successful in getting all our Indians back during this bad time. We have also, worked on trying to get the connectivity. Like I have flown to places which I didn't know that Indians were there also. I'm like, okay, where is this place on the map? First, let me figure this out. And then I'm thinking why there are Indians over there. So, like I did a flight to Georgia to Tbilisi, and I'm like, why are Indians going there? So I went and spoke to the passengers, I met them, I said, who are you guys? So it was a very interesting feeling because all of them were MBBS or they were learning their doctorate over there, and all our students who were there. And I came to know that Georgia is a very big medical, institute, and they have a very big training center. So that day, the feeling was different, right? As I think Hardik also covered that, we have heard about doctors saving lives. It was me saving doctors, so it was a different kind of feeling. So we have collected places, people from different, like Azerbaijan and places which are remotely not even seen on the map generally. And we didn't know Indians existed at those places, and we needed to get people back from so many places. So yes, it has been a very big mission, and we have tried to do as much as we can do from our side to help people. Of course, we have risked our lives. There are a lot of pilots who have got COVID positive, a lot of cabin crew who have got COVID positive. We have taken the risk. We have tried to do as much as we can do from our side and help the Indians who need us.
Simply wow, because जो एक बहुत ही important word आपने बोला कि you are the second line of defense, and you are मतलब second line of defense में बहुत सारी category आते हैं. But why being an aviation is important कि first of all आप जो work कर रहे हो ना कि aircraft and then passengers, they are also not a normal passengers. वो डरे हुए शायद passengers हैं कि भाई बस यहाँ से हम जल्दी निकले कुछ भी करके. So of course it is the brilliant job we are doing, and salute to you.
Thanks.
And thank you to give us the opportunity to bring out the other side of Mr. Chintan Bhatia, and thank you for being in the cockpit of success stories.
Absolute pleasure.
And guys, ये थे कैप्टन Captain Commander Chintan Bhatia. He had told us about all the ups and downs of life with turbulence in the air and how flamboyant a pilot life looks. It's actually not that flamboyant with what you think. So choose wise and choose smart.
जाते जाते बस एक क्वेश्चन हम कैप्टन से पूछना चाहेंगे कि सर एक ऐसा कोई एयरक्राफ्ट या ऐसा कोई चीज जो आप एक बार फ्लाई करना चाहते हो या सम आर्मी एयरक्राफ्ट और ऐसा कुछ आपकी इच्छा है?
I'm very happy with what I am having, and I'm content with that. Life will take its own ways of how we will.
Right. And some final words for audience की मतलब जो भी मतलब ये टाइम के बारे में या anything, just final words for audience.
I think stay positive. I think this is going to be a passing phase. We have seen ups and downs. We've seen bad times. Bad times never last. Tough people do. This is what motto we have done. I've been a part of a lot of other things which I have been kept myself busy with. So honestly, these 3-4 months I've not got really time. If you people ask me that how you are taking time off, but of course there's a lot of things to discover. There's much more in life than your normal things. So I think that's what has kept me going, and that's what is going to keep me going. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain Chintan, for joining us today and giving us the opportunity हम आपसे बात कर पाए. And thank you, audience, कि you are also joining us and आप लोगों को भी एक अच्छा एक यहाँ पे व्यू मिला होगा, एक व्यू पॉइंट मिला होगा. So thank you for being for us also, and keep liking us,
Loving us.
and subscribe and share success stories. So we'll bring such wonderful people and wonderful stories in success stories. Thank you, Captain Chintan.